Rob, with many sports leagues suspending play due to the coronavirus, some Penn State fans are wondering if the season will even kick off on time. In the absence of a vaccine, Dr. Levine recommends that in order to prevent contracting coronavirus, you have to wash your hands with soap and warm water for 20 seconds, the equivalent of singing happy birthday twice. With Memorial Day coming out, more people will be taking their boats out on the Susquehanna River. But before you do that, the Fish and Boat Commission want to remind people to take proper precautions before setting sail. With the Nationals pledging to extend their protective netting all the way down to the foul pole, the question now becomes whether or not their minor league affiliate, the Harrisburg Senators, should follow suit. However, for most of these guys, this isn't the first time playing one of baseball's biggest stages.
First as the 1-2 comes home and Bellinger rifles it foul.
It's a nightmare scenario for players across baseball. A foul ball going into the stands and striking a fan at over 100 miles an hour.
Reading his lips, Cody said, smoked in the face.
In Baltimore. Oh, look out.
Despite Major League Baseball extending protective nets to the end of the dugout, a string of high-profile incidents this summer has some players calling for the nets to stretch even further.
Right now, obviously, I want to put a net around the whole stadium.
In response, several teams are committing to extend the netting all the way to the foul pole, including the Chicago White Sox, Pittsburgh Pirates, and Washington Nationals. With the Nationals pledging to extend their protective netting all the way down to the foul pole, the question now becomes whether or not their minor league affiliate, the Harrisburg Senators, should follow suit. Some fans we spoke to, like Robert Hiller, worry about their view if their seats were to have a net in front of it.
I have sat behind the net and I don't enjoy it. I choose to sit other places now because the netting is distracting for me personally.
9-year-old Patrick Garner is concerned that the extended netting will take away from the intimacy of the game.
I know a lot of people do enjoy to catch foul balls and line drives and to get signatures right where that would be, and that would probably disappoint a lot of people.
Despite these concerns, Robert admits that it's time for the Senators to address the issue for the safety of the fans.
It's easy for people to say, pay attention to the game, get off your phones, but these things are coming off the bat 100 miles per hour these days. Even if you're paying attention, I saw somebody get hit in the face a couple weeks ago at a major league game in the upper deck. So, I mean, it just makes sense at this point.
We reached out to the Harrisburg Senators for comment. They said that any changes to the netting won't happen this season. However, it may happen when minor league baseball renegotiates its CBA with Major League Baseball. The general manager of the Senators did say, though, that the change is inevitable. Reporting from F&B Field, Matt Klinedinst, CBS 21 News. Good afternoon. Yellow still means caution in this phased reopening of the state. That means that masks and social distancing are still required when walking around in public. Governor Wolf announced these 5 central PA counties can begin moving to the yellow phase. In this phase, most retail will be allowed to reopen, but with certain rules. Curbside pickup is still preferred by the Department of Health, but shops can welcome in guests so long as they maintain social distancing, mask, and cleaning guidelines. Childcare as well as pet grooming are permitted to reopen, but again, with some caution.
It is not the time to stop our efforts. These efforts will help us prevent a resurgence of the virus and will keep our counties moving in the right direction.
So what remains a no-go? Among the list are barbers, salons, and gyms. Restaurants must still do pickup and delivery only. And each county will continue to be monitored for outbreaks regardless of where they are in the reopening plan.
This virus has not been eradicated from these counties, and we are continuing to closely monitor new case counts.
One additional thing of note, public gatherings of any kind are to be restricted to 25 people or less in the yellow phase. The 5 central PA counties that were moved out of the red zone officially go to yellow next Friday. Reporting from Harrisburg, Matt Klinedinst, CBS 21 News. After months of waiting, baseball fans can finally rejoice. It's opening day of the 2019 season. Phillies fans have another reason to smile as their biggest offseason acquisition, Bryce Harper, takes the field at Citizens Bank Park for the first time in the red pinstripes. Another new addition gets things started for the Phils. Andrew McCutchen, the former Pittsburgh Pirate, goes yard in his first at-bat, 1-0 Philadelphia. Now to Harper's first at-bat. A ground out to the first baseman. He would go 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, but he didn't need to play well today. The lineup is suddenly deeper. Mikael Franco going yard here, 3-run home run, makes it 6-1 Philadelphia. And later on, Rhys Hoskins ends things right here, a grand slam after the Harper intentional walk. The Philadelphia Phillies roll here 10-4 on opening day. To the AL East, the Yankees are expected to be one of the best teams in the majors. The Baltimore Orioles, not so much. Luke Voigt gets New York started with a 3-run shot in the first inning. Bottom of the 5th, things aren't much better. This would be the only highlight for the Baltimore Orioles. A diving catch made by Joey Rickard, but the O's couldn't do much after that. Greg Bird, here in the 8th inning. His home run here drives the nail in the coffin. The final score, New York 7, Baltimore 2. A move to bolster up the backfield, the Philadelphia Eagles just acquired Jordan Howard from Chicago. Howard started as running back for the Bears and rushed for over 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns in 3 years as a Bear. The Eagles traded a conditional 6th-round pick in the 2020 draft in exchange for Howard's services. To Thursday night's Sweet 16 game, Purdue facing Tennessee. It's Ryan Klein, his 6th three-pointer of the night, and gives the Boilermakers the lead. Under a minute to go in the game, Tennessee up by 3. Klein, the step back, and ties it up at 80 points. But Volunteers would respond here. The miss off the layup, Grant Williams puts it down at a 2-point lead. Last chance for Purdue, the three-pointer misses, but a foul here. He would make 2 of his 3 three-pointers, and Purdue would just have enough gas to get past Tennessee. They move on to the Elite Eight with a final score 99-94. And finally tonight, an NFL player is trading in his football jersey for a suit and tie. The New York Giants running back Robert Martin is spending time at the Scott Elementary School. The Harrisburg High alum is using the offseason as a substitute in the district. Martin said it's his way of giving back to the community.
I told him, I said, your teachers want to see you guys succeed, and they're not out to get you. At the end of the day, they want to see you graduate and go off to college, and that's the biggest thing.
Martin will report to the Giants camp on April 15th. That's a look at sports. I'm Matt Klinedinst.